As you probably already know, the AP Computer Science Principles AP test is a little bit different from other traditional AP tests. We do not have any free response questions. Instead, we have two through course embedded projects. One of those projects is a research-based project in which you will create a custom computational artifact and write a short report about that innovation. And again, it's going to be based on some type of computer innovation of your choosing. For the computational artifact, we will be creating an infographic and then writing a report. So going forward in this class, anytime we do an assignment that calls for an infographic, we are going to use this document called Directions for All Infographics. So please use the following directions for all infographics. An infographic is a visual representation of a project. Where the word topic is used below, that refers to the topic of your project, which could be a person, a place, a thing, or even a process. Mold the questions to address your topic. There are two parts to all infographic assignments. There is the infographic and then there's the report. In this video, I'm only going to talk about the infographic. In the second video, I will talk about the report. So the infographic. First of all, an infographic is a visual or graphical representation of the topic that you are representing. It is not a text document. Every image used in the infographic must have its source cited. Each of the images must be numbered at the bottom right corner of the image and have a corresponding URL in the citation section of the report. Text information on the infographic should be limited to a title and short captions for the images. You should not use any sentences or paragraphs. All long answers go in a separate document that is described in Part B. The infographic must be saved and submitted as a .pdf document. No other format will be accepted for a grade or by College Board, including links to the infographic tool. Let's take a look at some sample infographics that meet this criteria. So this is an infographic right here on Instagram. You can see that it has a title, but beyond that, the only other text is what is contained within the pictures themselves. Every picture is numbered. So if we look at the very first picture, the 104.7 million users, you can see that it does have a little 1 on it. That 1 would correspond to the citation that is in the report. Picture number 2, which somebody's holding up a smartphone with their Instagram account opened on it, there is a number 2. The only thing that needs to be changed about this particular infographic is that the numbers are at the top left corner and they should be at the bottom. Let's take a look at another infographic. Here is one on 3D printed prosthetics. Well, it's a little bit hard to actually see the numbers because the background is dark. There are numbers. So if we look at the picture of the girl working on the prosthetic, you can see that there's a little 4 in the bottom left corner. The boy at the computer working on the prosthetics, there is a 4 at the left-hand corner. Those correspond to the citations in the paper. What I don't see on this infographic is there are no citations for the clip art. That would still probably flag as plagiarism. So it's very important that every image, whether it's clip art or a photograph, has some type of citation. That citation may actually be the infographic maker itself, like Pictochart or Easily, but those pictures don't belong to you. You must cite the source. So every picture, every clip art has to have a number. And I will be looking for those numbers, for those citations, as I grade your infographics, so that when it comes time for you to do your infographic for College Board, you're not getting flagged for plagiarism and getting a 0 on your paper, or sorry, on your test.